Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. One of the primary goals of my YouTube channel is to help you to make home cooking spontaneous and intuitive. One of the big barriers to home cooking is that when you walk into the kitchen, you are not sure what you are going to cook. Home cooking is most fun when you have many different options and possibilities to choose from. For example, when you decided you want to have chicken for dinner, you have many different dishes that you can choose to cook. My friend John loves chicken, but he has only 2 to 3 ways for him to cook chicken. Most of the time, he cooks chicken on his grill, and occasionally he will pan fry them. And once in a great while, he will bake them in the oven. He did not cook chicken often because each time when he cooked chicken, he has to thaw them out in advance. Several years ago, John came to one of my cooking classes on advanced prepping. In this cooking class, I demonstrate how to advance prep chicken. So you can take chicken from the freezer to the wok in about 10 minutes. And after the class, John went home and he adopted my advanced prepping system for chicken. Several months later, I ran into John and he told me that this approach in prepping chicken in advance completely changed how he eats chicken. And most importantly, he now can eat chicken anytime he wants. Instead of taking an hour to 90 minutes to thaw his chicken, now he can go from the freezer to the wok in less than 10 minutes. And using my fast cooking system with flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking, John is now able to create many different chicken dishes. He told me that he now uses chicken as a condiment rather than as the main ingredient of his dishes. He's now actually eating chicken less but more frequently and enjoys them more. He also eats more vegetable because he used the chicken to enhance his vegetable dishes and to make them more interesting and flavorful. He said to him that he not only make his vegetable dishes taste better, but he also make his chicken taste better as well. John told me that this method in prepping the chicken in advance provide a strong incentive for him to cook more. He said that now not only that he eats better and cheaper, but it also healthier for him. Definitely a win-win situation. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to do advanced prepping for chicken so that you can go from the freezer to the wok in less than 10 minutes. For advanced prepping chicken, you only need a good knife, a cutting board, and some Ziploc sandwich bags. In my opinion, a ceramic knife is best for cutting chicken. A ceramic knife has an edge that is highly suitable for cut meat. Ceramic knife also stays sharper longer than the traditional steel knife. In fact, the edge of a ceramic knife can last for cutting over probably 100 pounds of chicken without getting dull. I have a ceramic knife that I use regularly for over 4 years and is still quite sharp. The next thing that you need is a cutting board, and I find that a plastic cutting board is probably work the best. They are really good for the ceramic knife, but more importantly, they are easier to wash than wood cutting board. And I store my chicken in a Ziploc sandwich bag. The Ziploc sandwich bags are just the right size for hold about 8 ounces of chicken. Because this is usually the amount of chicken that I cook for the dish, by using the chicken mainly as a condiment. The most effective way to do advanced prepping for chicken is to prep them in bulk. I usually buy chicken in what is known as a family pack, and they usually comes in around 5 to 6 pounds that have about 4 to 6 chicken breasts. And this is the most economical way to buy chicken breast. It usually takes me about 45 minutes to prep this amount of chicken. And from there, usually I get about 10 to 12 8-ounce portions. This usually lasts me for about a month if I eat chicken twice a week. So the first thing you do after you bring the chicken home from the supermarket, you take the chicken breast pieces. First of all, you trim off any excess fat. Then you slice the chicken into strips. Then you cut the chicken into thin slices that are suitable for stir frying. I use a method known as claw technique. By tucking the fingertips inside your hand, you can prevent yourself from cutting your fingers. And by using the back of your finger to guide the knives, you can cut very thin slices. It's definitely worthwhile for you to practice these techniques because you will gain much greater confidence in using your knife. This also will make your cutting more efficient and enjoyable. And after I cut the chicken, I store them in the Ziploc sandwich bags. The Ziploc sandwich bag might seem too thin in compared to, say, freezer bags. Based on my personal experience, I have been using them for about 5 years. I never had any problems. I fill the bag to about 1/3 of its capacity. You can just eyeball it, or in my case, I actually use a kitchen scale. I put about 8 ounces of chicken in each bag, and that turned out to be just right. Next, I fold the bag in such a way so that I force most of the air out of the bag. And then I close the ziplock to seal the bag. And this is my way of vacuum packing. Next, I pack the chicken into a thin layer by spreading them out through the bag. The Ziploc sandwich bag works great for 8 ounces of chicken. I then use a permanent marker to label the Ziploc sandwich bag. I find that it actually works best on the top flap. This portion of the bag not only takes the ink better, but it's also make the writing easier to see later on. And then I lay them flat in the freezer to freeze them. Once they're frozen, I store them in an upright position. This actually allows me to store them like folders in a file cabinet. And the writing on the top flat really allow you to find them easily. I prep my other meats such as pork, beef, and fish in a similar manner. This flat configuration has one distinct advantage. It's thawing them much quicker. When I want to have chicken for my meal, all I have to do is to take one of such package and put it in a bowl of warm water, and it will be thawed out in less than 10 minutes. And this allows me to have chicken or any other type of meat anytime I want. Having the chicken readily available, it definitely makes home cooking more spontaneous. It is important to remove any barriers for home cooking, particularly when you have fast and processed food readily to capture your attention. By using my system for advanced prepping chicken, John finds that he is more willing to cook because he knows that he can have food on the table as quick as if he had chosen to eat fast and processed food. And by using my template-based cooking, John now can cook many different dishes without any recipes, just by simple intuition. When this happens, home cooking not only practical, but it also very creative and pleasurable. And by making these simple changes, John now is able to cook every day without really much effort and stress. I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routines. And if you'd like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.